today's episode of Candid Kaya. So today I have a topic that's going to resonate with all my women out there. So we have relationship expert Stephan of Stephan Speaks, and he's going to be answering a lot of questions for me today. I'm going to be asking stuff us ladies want to know. All right, stay tuned. So hello, Stephan.
How you doing?
I'm doing fine, thank you. All right, just let the viewers know, if they don't already know, a little bit about yourself.
Well, I'm a certified life and relationship coach. I've been doing this for about 10 years now. I am the bestseller, I'm the author of the best-selling book, God Wears My Boaz. And I'm just all about helping people with relationships and dating and really assisting them in getting on the right track. You know, I know this is my purpose, and so I enjoy what I do, and I just look forward to making a positive impact.
All right, perfect. So let's start with some dating questions. Okay, and all these questions came from a poll of me and all my girlfriends. So this is questions from about women the ages of 25 to 30.
Okay.
First question. What do you think about dating people with just potential?
Hell no. Can I say hell no? Is that
Yes,
okay?
yes,
Okay. Absolutely not. It's too dangerous. It's too risky. It can't be on potential alone. There has to be some recognized potential. There has to be some things already in place. I'm not saying this person needs to be fully who they need to be at that very moment you're with them, but they at least need to be on that path. They need to be putting in their own work and their own effort. If you're trying to pull the potential out of them and trying to push them along, no, it's not going to work, especially for a woman. I mean, that's what we're talking to, and women should not date just on potential. And a lot of times, the potential is never realized because the person now, they have the convenience of you there. They're not as incentivized to push themselves for further. You know, people reach for the top when they hit the bottom. You know, it takes the struggle for us to really want more. But when we have it all laid out in front of us, we're like, why work so hard?
Okay, so the answer is just no.
No.
Don't do it, y'all. Don't do it.
At all.
Oh, okay, well, good to know. So let's see. Next question. Where are some good places for single Black women to meet Black men?
So there's a lot of different places I can mention, right?
Okay.
But the most important place that I tell people is wherever you're happiest.
Okay.
Because the key to meeting good men is exuding more positive energy, is being more approachable, is allowing yourself to be open to receiving it. The reality is that a lot of women are going out with walls up and they're guarded and they're not really allowing themselves to create an environment that would attract the right kind of man. So even if I told you go to a networking event, or one of my favorite ones is go to a barbershop. You go to a barbershop, the minute a woman walks in the barbershop, people are looking, all right? Because there's no other women in there most of the time. There's no competition. If you get cool with one of the barbers, you might get a hookup, with one of the other guys if you see something you like. And then, like I said, there's other places, but again, none of that will matter if your energy is off.
Right.
So to me, where you're happiest, and the great thing about going where you're happiest is, if you don't meet a guy, well, cool, because you're still happy. You still enjoyed yourself. But when you're going somewhere for the specific reason of meeting men, and then you don't meet a man, you go home salty. And now you're like, I don't want to go out anymore. I'm tired of this, and then you end up, hiding in your house for the next few months because you're discouraged.
Right.
So go where you're happy.
All right, great. That's a great answer. Thank you for that. Let's see, next. What should a woman who has a career, a strong sense of self-worth, and financial stability look out for when dating? What should we look out for? Let us know.
I mean, you should look out for the same things any other woman is looking out for. If the person is genuine, if the person is willing to put forth the effort that you need to have a successful relationship, and the person is respectful, and is willing to communicate. I mean, these are just core foundational pieces that everyone needs to be aware of.
Okay.
But I hate to say it, but I gotta say it. What you really should be looking for is making sure your energy's in the right place. I gotta go right back to that again because, again, when you're this successful woman, sometimes you don't know how to turn off that corporate energy. and turn on the relationship energy. Sometimes you're taking that toughness and that hardness into your love life. That's not going to work. It's going to work against you. So you have to, again, make sure you're checking yourself and make sure that you're not, listen, that successful part, that's great. That's a skill you've acquired. That's something that should be honored and respected. However, that's not what's going to create an amazing relationship.
Right.
So you have to be mindful of what are you pouring into these situations and how are you putting yourself out there with these men that you're meeting.
Okay. Is it important to set standards? Or can sometimes setting the standards hinder you from finding someone?
No, listen, standards are only an issue for people who aren't serious about you. That's the bottom line. So there's no reason not to set standards. You need standards. It's important because it allows you to kind of weed out the BSs, the men who aren't serious, the men who want to play games. So definitely set standards. And again, if it works, unless you really, when you're being unreasonable.
Yeah.
As a woman, you're smart. Women are really smart, okay? They're not stupid. They may play stupid sometimes, but they're not. And so you have to be honest with yourself. If you are being unreasonable with certain things, okay, correct that. However, there are deal breakers. There are that, baseline needs that you have that need to be set.
Right.
And so you shouldn't deviate from that whatsoever.
Okay, good to know. So now I know I got one all my ladies want to know. What are your thoughts on a woman dating a man with kids?
Nothing wrong with it. I think the key is he's taking care of his kids. I am not going to encourage any woman to date a man who neglects his children. I just can't do it. That's your decision, but I'm not co-signing on that.
Mm-hmm.
So if he's taking care of his kids, if he's showing himself to be a good father, and he has the situation under control, then there's nothing wrong with it. But if you're going to be walking into a war zone of baby mama drama and nonsense, then yeah, it's not the best situation to get into right now. He needs to recognize the need to get it under control. He needs to recognize how to manage the situation better and resolve whatever beefs him and his baby mother has before you come into the picture. Because I guarantee you come in and he hasn't fixed that, it's only going to get worse. Because now she's going to see you in the picture and now she's going to want to go even harder at him. All right? And so if he has not learned how to be mature enough and get things in order with her, nah. He needs to at least do that. And then after that, everything's cool. Doesn't matter if he has kids or not.
Okay. So that leads into my next question. What should a woman's responsibility be to the child and that child's mother?
To be a positive guardian in the child's life.
Okay.
That's it. To be, respectful of the mother, respectful of the dynamic that's in place, and to not contribute any negative energy, whether it is to the baby's mother. Because you know what? Listen, we have to understand, and of course we're speaking to women, but people in general, that we don't know what that person's going through. Right. We don't know why they're feeling that way. We don't know if that man made her think she was going to be the one and then up and left her and now you're in the picture.
Right.
All right, so now you're mad at her because she's salty, but you don't realize she's hurting.
Right.
Be compassionate, understanding, okay, that, maybe she's not handling things correctly right now, but it's really not about you. Any issues that's going on, it's really about him. It's really about her being mad at herself for this situation. So don't pour any more negativity into it. Again, if she's coming at you wrong and if things are getting out of control, address him. He needs to handle it. That's his situation, not yours. Not for you to jump in and cause more. No. He needs to handle it. If he can't, you need to leave the relationship. But be mindful of pouring anything negative into the situation. It's not necessary. And that child doesn't deserve that kind of negative environment.
Right.
So you don't want to be part of the problem. Be part of the solution.
All right, great tips. So next question, why in your opinion are so many Black women single? You get that one a lot? You get that one all the time, don't you?
I hear it a lot. I hear it a lot. I'm trying to find the right way to answer. Forget trying to find the right way to answer. I'm just going to be honest, all right? The Black community lacks a lot of healing on both sides, men and women. However, what we fail to understand is that it affects women even more when it comes to relationships.
Right.
Because, you know how they say angry Black women? Well, there's angry Black men. and just as much as angry black women, all right? However, anger and this lack of healing and all these negative energies the man holds on to, it doesn't work against him like it works against a woman. Because in some senses, some people may still view him as masculine. Some people may still be willing to deal with him because, oh, he's just a man. You don't count it against him as much.
Right.
That's just the way society is. For a woman, it takes her away from her femininity. It takes her away from her true essence. It takes her away from what really attracts a man to her. So now that hurts her, and that's what's happening. That's what's prevalent in the black community. Whether we want to acknowledge it or not, it's just the reality. And we need healing across the board. Men, women, children, everybody. But in our community, we don't encourage people to get help. We sweep it under the rug. It's no big deal. You try to pray real quick and then you're fine. And I'm all about praying. I'm all about God. But you got to go through a process of healing. You have to address these issues. You can't keep running from it. And be mindful of what are you putting out there. If you're not seeing success in a certain area of your life, you have to evaluate what steps are you taking or not taking. If you met a guy tomorrow and he was broke for 10 years, you'd be like, bro, you're doing something wrong. Like, you can't sit here and say, oh, it's just where I live, or oh, it's just what's going on around me. No. There's something you're overlooking. And it's not to make you feel bad, or it's not to, insult you in any kind of way. It's to understand that we all have the power to create better results in our lives. And we have to be mindful of what we can do, what we can do better to create those results.
What advice do you have for women who are feeling those societal pressures of, I should be married by now, I should have kids by now, and at this point, they are just losing hope that they will find the one?
Don't lose hope, number one. It can happen at any time.
Right.
All right. It can literally be waiting around the corner for you. But it's kind of what I said earlier. You got to be willing to make some changes. If you've been waiting and there's been no success, you got to evaluate, okay, what can I do better? What can I change? And again, not in a beat yourself up about it type of way.
Right.
Just in the matter of fact that, okay, there's different approaches I can take. I had a client in London, long story short, runway model, wasn't getting any men to approach her, but she's beautiful. And I told her because she's too hard. She's coming off way too hard, and it's intimidating, and it doesn't make her approachable. So I made her wear a flower in her head for a week, and to wear soft colors. I said, none of the soft colors, and put the flower. Because she said, what you want me to do? You want me to walk around with a flower in my head? I said, yes. Yep. Walk around with a flower in your head. Day 2, she got asked on a date.
Because she looked more approachable.
Yeah, and it changed her energy. It wasn't just what she looked like. It made her feel more feminine, and that made her softer, and that created a whole different energy that brought somebody in. So you just have to be mindful of what you're doing or what energy you're putting out there. But don't get discouraged. It can happen. It's happened for so many people, And in regards to society pressure, listen, only you have to live your life,
right?
Nobody else. So you cannot let other people's perceptions dictate what you need to do. So whether it's kids, whether it's marriage, whether it's your career. Too many people are in careers they don't belong in because they're trying to keep some other person happy. Their family, their friends, whatever. Don't do it. It's your life. Live it correctly. Do what you need to do. But understand that receive anything great in life requires a process.
Right.
So just embrace it and know it will come.
All right, Stephan, my last question just is, what advice do you have for those who are stuck in those relationships that aren't going anywhere?
Do right by you. Like, you got to be honest with yourself and understand this is not best for you. And I know it's hard. I know it's scary. I know you may be thinking, a common perception or common mindset of women is, why am I going to leave this a-hole just to get with another a-hole?
Right.
All right? I might as well deal with the a-hole I'm familiar with. That's wrong. You can't do that. You can't think there's nothing better. And especially if you are a believer in God. God did not put you on this earth to live a mediocre life.
Right.
He didn't put you here to have a mediocre boyfriend or an unhealthy relationship. You can have amazing things, but you have to let go of the wrong stuff.
Right.
You have to let go of the things weighing you down, holding you back. And if that's your boyfriend, that's your relationship, that's even some family or friends relationship, you gotta let it go. You gotta address it and let it go.
All right, ladies, so we all heard it from Stephan Speaks. Now, Stephan, tell us how we can keep up with you and about your book.
So you can find me on Instagram at Stephan Speaks, Stephan Speaks. Twitter, Stephan Speaks, or just go to my website, www.stephanspeaks.com. And you can check out my book, God Where's My Boaz, at www.godwhere'smyboaz.com.
All right, ladies, let's support Stephan because he just gave us all the tips for us to get our life together. All right, everyone, we hope you enjoyed this interview. Like I said, this one was for my ladies, and I hope it benefits you in some way. We'll see you again next time.